Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got to talk about a veteran wide receiver that is being linked to the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't believe we need him. If you asked me 3 or 4 years ago, I would have been so happy to sign Julio Jones. We'll discuss that and more, but look at this. Jalen Hurts drops back. He sidesteps a defender. He's going deep. It turns into a literal dime. He got one man open. Quez, touchdown!
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, I just want to say thank y'all. A lot of y'all said get well in the comment section, feel better. I asked for the get well like, and y'all killed it. Almost 1,000 like. Keep doing it. I'm still a little raspy, but I feel a lot better. I did some of the things y'all said in the comment section. Tea, honey, all that stuff, and I'm feeling a lot better. Shout out to y'all. But again, I like that Quez is catching away from the body in practice for the simple fact there's no defense there. So make it hard. Practice the hard catch. He could have caught it in his body, but he catches it out there. Some people in the comment section don't like the bobble. It's not a big bobble, a little jiggle, but nothing crazy. And I wanted to show this from yesterday because now we're talking about another wide receiver in Julio Jones. Again, USA Today says, Julio Jones to the Eagles for the free agency move they would love to see this offseason. USA Today always does that. Once the big part of free agent is done, all the big names are signed, there's a bunch of little guys out there on the market. They come out with a article that lists the last signing for all 32 teams, and they pick Julio Jones. Let me just say this. I think Quez as a third wide receiver, fourth option, because remember, Dallas Goedert, a tight end, but he's our third pass catching option. AJ Devonta Goddard. So we're talking about Quez or Oz or UDFA for 4 or 5. Now, can Julio come in and do something? Maybe. What if an injury happens? Julio hasn't been able to stay healthy, but when on the field, he's still Julio Jones. He still can get it done. He can still move the chains. I understand that. I'm not sure this is a thing we need to do. Am I mad that we bring Julio Jones in? No. For the simple fact, who is Devonta Smith's idol? Devonta said multiple times, one of the guys he looks up to, one of the guys he tries to emulate his route running is this guy. Devonta Smith loves this man's game. Maybe he can talk to him a little bit. Maybe he can get him better. Who Devonta Smith is breaking Eagles' record. We're going to get to that in a little bit. He also played with A.J. Brown. So you get a guy who's seen every coverage, who knows different ways to get off the line of scrimmage. Maybe Julio Jones just offering Devonta and A.J. that is why we bring him in. It got to be super cheap. He got to understand that Quez is still going to play. Oz, again, if you're talking about slot receiver, I want a shifty guy. I go with Oz. I want a speedster. I go with Quez. Like, when would I bring Julio Jones in the slot? It's only if, AJ gets nicked up, Devonta gets nicked up, you put Julio at the X, you put Julio on the outside. Again, if it happens, it happens. But to me, 3-4 years ago is when I wanted him. Julio still can beat one-on-one coverage. He's still better than a third of these wide receivers in the NFL. Just injuries, price, and we stacked at the wide receiver now, so, I don't really care anymore. Dallas Goedert, one of the best pass-catching guys. Then you got two top 10. Devonta Smith, number 9. A.J. Brown, number 4. Let's actually look at Devonta Smith real quick. He is on a historic start. Devonta Smith is on a historic start for the Eagles. Look at this. Most receptions in franchise history after 2 seasons. 159. most receiving yards in franchise history after 2 seasons. That is 2,112. Now, A.J. Brown will be in year 2 with the Eagles next year. However, this is homegrown. I love A.J. He's going to definitely finish out his contract and hopefully get another one with the Eagles. But it's something about Devonta being homegrown, the fact that we can never get homegrown talent at the wide receiver position in a long time. You know, it was Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin, our last ones. That's why we love them close to the heart. But Smitty, 2 years in, has the most receptions for a Philadelphia Eagle ever and the most yards for a Philadelphia Eagle ever. And he did this alongside of a dog in A.J. Brown. And guess who had to get both these guys the ball? The guy that the NFL fans, the division fans try to tell us is a running back. They try to tell us he's a running back. He can't get the ball out. How was AJ gonna? Both of them had career years via Jalen Hurts. Goddard had 830, which was the most for him, and he missed 4 games. Maybe if Goddard plays them 4 games, maybe the wide receiver yards suffer. But I'm trying to tell you, we could have had 3 1K guys. Hurts just does everything well, and he's only going to get better. Let's look at this real quick. And yo, don't forget to give me your take. Would you sign Julio Jones? Yes, no. I lean more to no. I ain't going to get mad if they do. You know what I mean? But I got to talk about this because this made my heart feel good. Chris Long says that during the Super Bowl 52, Lane Johnson was so frustrated with the Eagles defense that he went over to them during the second half in anger. I remember Lane was mad. Lane came over and is like, can y'all please get a bleep and stop? So again, the second half of that Super Bowl 52, Tom Brady started dicing it up. And Lane went over there and said, get a bleep and stop. And they got that one stop. I just got to say this. It makes my heart feel good knowing that our offense cares and sees our defense struggling in 52. But why didn't anybody say that in 57? Sheesh, I'm trying to stop living it. But when I heard this, I'm like, that was great. Lane, Kels, somebody. Why didn't you go tell the defense the same thing? Especially Jonathan Gannon in 57. It just hurt me real quick. But I also want to talk about this. And this is why the Eagles stay relevant, for real. The top 10 offensive tackles in the NFL per at PFF Gordon. Number 1, he got Trent Williams. Number 2 is Lane Johnson. They're not just talking right or left. They're talking both, left and right. Trent Williams 1, Lane Johnson 2, Larry Tunsil 3, Andrew Thomas 4, Christian Darrisaw 5, Jordan Mailata 6, Tristan Wirfs 7. What does that say? K. Miller 8, Rashawn Slater 9, and Penny Sewell 10. But the Eagles got both their tackles in the top 10 per PFF, left and right. We've been blessed with great tackles. Peters, Runyon. Like, I don't remember a time where our left or right tackle or both were not solid top 10 guys. And you build within that. Whenever we sign an offense, whenever the draft comes, when we take a offensive lineman in the first round, I know it's never going to be the ooh and ah. But Lane Johnson is going to be giving us a decade of greatness, and he was a top 10 pick. Now, I understand we hit on a couple seconds. Juergens, Dickerson. We'll see what this Tyler Steen does. And he's the 3rd round pick, or late 2nd, early 3rd. I'm not even sure. But you can't go wrong if Stoutland sees a game-changing offensive lineman in the 1st round, because in Stout we trust. But this is a staple why the Eagles just know how to build within the trenches, offensively, defensively, and that keeps us relevant. And again, Jalen Hurts and this roster that has been assembled by Howie Roseman has us competing for the next 4 years. Literally the next 4 years, we can be in the big game, depending on injuries and just other things. Not gonna fake wood. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section as it pertains to Julio Jones. Let me know what you think about Devonta Smith making Eagle history. Let me know how you feel about our offensive line tackles. And let me know how this story hit you. I love that he went over and did it in Super Bowl 52. But why did nobody do it in 57? And if they did do it, Gannon and the defense didn't follow suit. I go by Philly Mike. This is the Philly Talk Podcast. Help your boy out. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Ding the bell so you know when we go live, drop videos, all that good stuff. Get your Philly dog hat. Again, Philly in the white, a little small with the midnight green dogs. And it is for the Philly dogs, the Georgia boys. But think about it. Dog mentality has been a part of the Eagles before the Philly dogs. So the Eagles got a lot of people that we could use the word dog. Slay's a dog. Bradbury's a dog. Jalen Hurts is the ultimate dog. And they all from Philly. Get your Kelly green, get your midnight green, and if you want, you can even still. I don't know how you don't got one. If you don't got one now, get one. The Philly dog shirts, different colors, but it's the movement, and I can't wait till we see Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, guys like Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis. When they have the great games, I'm like, we told you so. We told you so. Jordan Davis with a big game, told you so. Jalen Carter with a 2-sack game, told you so. Nakobe Dean with a pick 6, told you so. Nolan Smith with a sack and a half, told you so. We're going to have them type of games throughout this season. A 2-sack game, a 1.5-sack game, a big play by Nakobe Dean stopped on 4th and 1. They're going for it. Nakobe Dean says no. I can't wait. Thank y'all for saying get well and all that stuff too. Until next time, you know what time it is. Oh, the merch in the link. The merch. The link will be in the description and the top of the pinned comment section. Love y'all. We out.